Good afternoon, everyone. It is October 31st, 2022. We just had our final session for the month of October, and with that, we can now recap what happened and what I'll be sort of looking for the next month. Now, at the start of October, I had this laid out right here. I was saying a likely tag of up to 34, 34.50. I thought that was a realistic number. We did not, however, end up hitting it. That was a miss, so I did miss that. We ended up going down to 35.01, so it was a miss by about 70 points, definitely a miss. And after that, I had said, overall, I anticipate an aggressive flush before the end of the year, then a pump. I thought that 33.93, so anywhere around there, 34.34, around that 3400, let's call it. I thought that was a reasonable target, and then an end of year rally. I missed that low target, but so far the end of year rally has been called successfully. As you can see, after we tagged that 3501 on FOMC day, or sorry, CPI day, we did have the aggressive rally into the end of October here, with a monthly high, I believe, at 39.16.5. So now let's go into what I'm looking at for the month going forward, for the month of November. Now, it's a little tough to say given that we have our FOMC session this week. We have a bunch of other data coming out this week. But with that said, we also have earnings. But again, with that said, let's just look at the structure and what we have. October ended up being largely inside of September's range. The September lows coming in at 36.18-ish, and for the large part, that is where we churned inside of October, and the September high was way, 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 way up, somewhere around here. Yeah, 41.37-ish. So we were churning inside of September's range and really below the September. I think September half was then sitting at 38.67, I believe. So for the most part, we were sitting below half back on September's range, and we were not even able to tag the September POC sitting at 39.62. So in general, you would consider that to be not the greatest run by bulls for the month of October. Whether there was accumulation happening at these lows, kind of hard to say for now. We did have a look below and fail, and then moving back up to the other side of balance, and now we're squeezing this box of inventory. That's what we're having here. And we're having that two-way trade against this mid-September inventory, like I'd said we'd likely have, that two-way trade before tagging this 39.62 area. And potentially, based on how FOMC turns out on Wednesday, if we do have any sort of signal of a Fed pivot, or even just a reduction of hikes to 50 basis points instead of the expected 75, we could be trading at half back on the year within a week or two. Maybe not even that long. Maybe we'd be trading at 4,300, 4,400. So what not a lot has changed for me. I've changed some of the numbers from, so I had 38.67, now I've got 38.1975, 37.40, 37.09, but generally the zones haven't changed too much. I will be ignoring this mid-year balance a lot more, and more so focusing on the chart from about August onwards, as I believe that'll be more relevant, as that is our second half of the year's numbers. So what are these numbers representing? 38.1975. Maybe I should shift that up just to, I believe that should be the high of that early October month. 38.20, that should be the number. So 38.20, just representing that early October high, and it would just get us back inside of this box here. 37.09 quarter being the October halfback, 35.9650. I believe that is just the Q3 low, and 35.02 just our October low. So not a lot has changed here. The structure is largely the same. Now, target wise, what do I want to see? Value area high for the month of October was quite high up. Let me just pull up a profile here. There we go. So value area high on these higher time frames, on the 4-hour, it tends to be a little bit inaccurate with the way it shows it. But the October value area high is sitting at Where's my chart? 37.9250. So almost the highs of the month. 30, yeah, 37.9250, right around here. Actually, that's not too far off from what we're seeing. So what I want to see is if we come back inside of this number, this 92 number, I think it's likely we get into that half back on the year. Likely we tag the pocket 92. And in reality, we might spend a little bit of time filling out this area, but for the most part, I'd expect us to then tag value area low right around that Q3 low and then sell off into new lows of the year. So that's what we're looking at on a monthly profile. In general, I would be cautious trying to fade any sort of trend that establishes until sort of the end of the month. Perhaps we get an entry into a long or short position swing wise in December, but for the most part, with FOMC coming out this week and sort of at a, not even figuratively, but we are literally at a pivotal level as we enter this white zone at 39.62. We're going to see if we're going to ramp towards half back on the year at 41.48. So let's adjust that upwards, or if, and then target our swing high around 4,300, or if instead we come down into the middle of last month, around value area low, around that POC, and then end up selling off into new lows of the year. So that's all I have to say on the month. Nothing really more to get at. I would still focus on trading this day to day. It's a little bit of a beast to trade swing wise, but I would focus on those main numbers that I've shown here, and that'll be all that I'm looking for the month. Hope that helps. If there are any changes to this, there might be. I only glanced at this for about 15 minutes today because I thought it was somewhat clear. Not a lot of big changes from last month to this month. But if there are any changes, that will be posted to Twitter per usual or in the Merc Discord. That's a free Discord where we chit chat. On that, nothing else for you guys. Trade safe.